Welcome to Show Me the Mommy, the podcast where we explore the stories of local moms, business owners, and fascinating individuals in Southeast Missouri. We are your hosts, Laura,
Rory, and Kelly.
Join us as we engage in conversations that cover a variety of topics, from parenting to entrepreneurship and everything in between. This is Show Me the Mommy. Let's dive in with our first guest, Joy Brooker.
Hi, happy to be here.
Amazing. Hey, happy to have you.
Hey,
Brooker. Okay, good.
Brooker.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm so happy to be
We're
here.
so excited to have you.
You guys have such a beautiful studio.
Her studio.
thank
Kelly's
you.
studio.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Kelly,
me.
you have a
Thank you.
beautiful studio.
We're just
Thank you, I
we're
appreciate
the leeches coming through, just coming off and
The soul suckers.
we're just riding on the coat.
What are friends for?
Why else does she exist? Yeah.
Just use me and abuse me.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my
Well, we're
God.
so happy to have you here.
That's right.
And honestly, you're TikTok famous. TikTok famous.
So weird because I didn't, you can't plan to go viral. It just kind of happens. You just wake up one day and you're like, oh, okay.
And
I guess
I'm a
I
big
guess
deal.
I have 700,000 people following me now.
Well,
you guys
I followed you for a long time before I realized that you were
What?
from Cape. And then all of a sudden I came across one of your videos. I'm like, I know those people.
Wait, same.
She's in Cape.
That's
Yeah.
happened a few
Same.
times where I'll be going through a grocery store or something, getting balloons, and I'll have my costume on, and I'll just get
the
these,
paparazzi.
these looks, just you live here, and I'm like,
I'm like,
call me, And so it's still so fun to kind of walk around and see people look at me like I'm an alien.
Right.
Or something.
You had 5 heads.
Yeah, they have 5 heads or something. But no, it's crazy because people will come up often and be like, "How does it feel to be TikTok famous?" And I'm like,
amazing.
I don't, it's great. My life has changed so much in 4 months.
Wow.
Since
that.
4 months?
in just 4 and
Wow.
since February, March, April, May. Well, no, it's been 5 months now. But yeah, since January 19th was when it all took off. So it's I did not come into this year prepared for that. at
Wow.
all.
Right.
When I did my New Year's resolutions, I was and I made my list
A
of
little off
everything.
course.
Clean out my closet. Goodwill bags and car need to be dropped off at Goodwill finally. I didn't.
amazing.
Yeah, I did not expect any of that. It just kind of. But that's what happens with going viral. It's anybody can go viral at any point
Absolutely.
in time.
So
And
was
then-
it just a single video that went viral and then it spiraled from there?
So I had some videos because I've been doing them for 4 years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd started doing them in
There's
20.
still hope for us, guys.
Right?
Been at this since 2011.
So I've heard so many people talk about overnight success and how it's not really overnight.
Right.
And then I go back and think on my entire life and all the times I've tried, to be successful. And I guess it's true because you're just putting all this work in and just kind of, I think I can, I think I can.
Yeah.
And then you wake up one day and then it's
I made it.
yeah. And you're like, oh, okay. I guess I'm, but, yeah, I'd been doing them since 2019 and I put up a few videos and I think I'd gotten maybe 5 million on one or something. And
Just 5 million.
Just 5 mil. Just 5 mil. Not a big deal.
No big deal here.
I sound like such a, can I say douche?
No, yeah. Totes.
Yeah, but, well, because once you've had so many, it's it shifts your brain a little bit into, how many views is
Right.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I started off
It's
being
another level.
it's another level.
Yeah.
It's okay, I got 2,000 views on this one, and now it's oh, I only got 200,000 views. I'm a failure.
Oh, man. I mean, that's
failing. We're all failing except for Joy.
that's a mind,
It's
forker.
so weird.
It's a mind fork.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a mind fork.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and it
In
wasn't
a very
even,
slow, fast amount of time.
It was slow fast. It was slow, and then it was just
Bam.
fast out of nowhere. But the one that got really popular, it was just another day at work for me, and I'd had kind of a bad morning. I think I was fighting with my boyfriend or something like that. And I just went in guns blazing, just you know what? I'm just gonna give this telegram everything I got. And so his wife was the one who recorded it because it was the one that was too sexy, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I posted it, and within an hour, it had 1 million views.
Wow.
And I
Holy
posted it on
cow.
a lunch break at work. I was like, you know, and then by the next day it was like 7 million and then 15 million.
Oh
and then
my
I was getting
gosh.
calls from like Good Morning America and all this stuff.
God.
And so I'm like dissociating at this point. I'm like, this is so random
It's like Twilight Zone.
because it was a Tuesday.
At lunch. At lunch.
And then America's Got Talent emailed me.
Wow.
And I was
Oh,
like,
so they reached out to you. Okay.
yeah. So they emailed me and they were like, you want to audition? And I was like, yeah, you know. So that happened in March. I flew to Pasadena and filmed for a whole weekend there at the Civic Center, which is where they film.
Doesn't that air tomorrow?
It is.
Oh my God.
I know. We're like one day. We should have waited
Oh
one
my
more
gosh.
day.
What
We could
the
have watched it.
I felt like, you know those scenes in The Gladiator where this is a horrible comparison, where he's like outside the rink, you know, and he's just kind of like staring straight ahead. That's how I felt like for the past week.
Yeah.
Just waiting for this to air. I'm like, what? How did you guys make me look? Like, what's it going on?
Oh my God.
And people are like, you want to have a watch party? And I'm like, I don't know.
I might be embarrassed.
I might be really embarrassed. I don't know. But I wouldn't. It was such a cool experience because, like, it is TV.
Yeah, that's a big
awesome.
deal.
It's TV.
That's a really big
and
deal.
it's people that I've been watching since I was like a teenager. You know, I've been watching Simon Cowell since I was like 12, 13 years
Right.
old.
Oh yeah.
And
Can you tell us, like, was he mean? No. Okay.
he was so
I just want to know.
nice.
He's softening in his old age.
He is.
See
Well,
that.
I read a lot about how he had some like health problems. He like fell off of his electric bike twice.
Oh my God.
Broke his back.
Oh no.
Was like bedridden, and then he had a kid also. He's got like
that'll do
he's
it.
got a son.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah.
Soften you up.
Well, and
Yeah.
I feel like on like Idol, they probably like had to play it up.
Oh,
too,
for sure,
of him.
for sure.
That's what made him him, though.
Right. Well,
Was
'cause
that
he was
personality?
honest.
Yeah.
And he would tell people things that other people maybe
What they were thinking, but wouldn't say.
were afraid
Yeah.
to hear because, you know, but he's been in the industry since the 80s. So like
Yeah.
for him to be as kind as he was, I will never forget that. And there's a lot that I wish I could talk about, but, you know.
Right.
because
Yeah.
it
No,
hasn't aired yet.
She's gagged.
Right.
Gagged order.
Gagged. I get
We
something
understand.
from NBC after this.
We get the lawsuit. Yeah.
Right.
First episode in court. Yeah.
Lawsuit.
Hi guys, we're coming to you live from the
Jail.
jail.
Orange jumpsuit.
Right. orange
Laura's already
jumpsuit.
started a gang. She owns the Block C.
Oh God. Oh man, Joy. So let's back up just a little bit, just so our listeners kind of know, because I know we just dove straight
Right,
in.
right.
Tell us what kind of business you have. Kind of explain that so that everyone's like, what's
Of
going
course.
on? Even though you are TikTok famous, and they probably already know you, but
Good. So I do singing telegrams, and I actually was in marketing for a minute, and then I was making more money doing singing telegrams than I was like at my regular office job.
oh my gosh.
So I do virtual ones, which, you know, first of all, 2020 was rough on everyone.
Yeah.
But I will say the fact that so much has been moved to virtual options like Zoom calls and like, you know, the fact that I can do telegrams virtually for people is amazing because it's an extra source of income.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I don't have to travel. Like I deliver within 150 miles, and my
Dang.
price goes up based on mileage. I do like $1.67 per mile outside of Cape, and that's how I do. But yeah, so I do singing telegrams, and I keep myself fairly busy. Like, I'm surprised at how many people enjoy it because there's a part of me that's like, aren't you getting annoyed by now?
No,
Like,
I
aren't
could
you
watch you
fed
all day
up?
long.
I'm not
like
gonna
cracking
It's
up.
like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little disappointed you're not wearing your costume right now.
I know we were like, is she gonna come in
Don't
her
even recognize
costume
you.
or?
I thought
Like I don't know.
I thought about it for a brief moment, and I was like, I don't want to be that person, you know, that like shows up in, you know, like a McDonald's character, like Grimace,
Yeah.
and just show up like, here I am, because Because like I guess there's a person under that costume, you know. There's a person. I'm a person with feelings. I'm not just my character.
She's not here to make
I'm like Daniel Day-Lewis, like method acting to get into character. Feel the heartbeat. No, but so yes, that is what I do during the day, and I'm also a musician. Like on the weekends, like I play at like anniversary parties, weddings, like private events, wineries and stuff. So I'm still able to do the serious aspect of my music and like and still enjoy that, but use this as a really playful outlet that I can also make money off of.
I love that.
So
How did you think of this business to start? Like, how did it come to be?
Okay, I'll just say the caption is what does it. So like,
Yes.
I mean, we see people on TikTok do stupid stuff all day, right? But the caption of singing Telegram so I don't starve is what stopped me in my tracks. And I was like, I must watch because this woman is starving and she's now singing in a heart suit. And I really think that was it, because like, I mean, we see people do all sorts of crazy stuff, but I was like, that right there pulled me in immediately. And when we talked about, when she showed me, she goes, she does singing Telegram, and then she showed me a video of it for her first get, and I was like, I watch her. I was like, before we ever even did this, I'm like, I've seen her on TikTok. Like,
So the whole like so I don't starve thing, that was I think I started putting that caption in again like after the pandemic, because it was my joke about like how most people my age need a side hustle to survive.
Yeah.
Because like it's hard to make a living wage with one job now. You have to have like a million side things that you're doing. Everyone's got an Etsy now. Like everybody.
Exhibit A.
It's like my 14th business. Got a photography studio. No, but it's a joke about that. And then so my whole like so I don't starve thing, I was like, I feel like I can make this relatable to my age group, because it's like, oh, it's not, I mean, you said like people are on there doing stupid stuff all day.
Yeah.
And I like stupidity with a purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Passion.
Right.
That could be your
Passion.
slogan.
Stupidity with a purpose.
Well, it was perfect, and it's the perfect time too. Like it was the pandemic, and it was everything else, and I don't know if anybody would have got it, or it would have
like
clicked.
it's on every video, because if you just see that one that went viral, or the many that went viral, I just carrying it through is it's very catchy.
Series is that a word? Series, is it series?
The girl that talks to us through the computer, that one.
Siri.
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 Mrs. Siri, ma'am,
Madam Siri. Now that just sounds scandalous.
copyright that.
Okay,
It's gonna go somewhere.
It's me, Madam Siri. But so doing.
We'll make my voice, Madam Siri.
It's like love songs with Delilah, but
The
Madam
espresso's getting
Siri.
her.
Oh my gosh, it's that dirty chai. She stole
don't
my
even
coffee,
drink
and now she can't stop talking.
She's crying.
She's
It's okay,
hallucinating.
Laura.
Poor Laura.
I feel like I've been set up.
Madam Siri.
And I was the one that was like, I should not be doing that podcast. I'm not. This is not good for me. I'm literally melting down.
Literally.
Oh, I can't. I can't even. I'm gonna start wheeze-laughing into the microphone. This is not good. You'll have to Clorox this after I leave.
Okay.
What was this series? Right.
Series,
So,
yes.
so those videos, like if you're like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, like those do really well on TikTok. And
Yeah, because it's like
did-
like and follow for part 2.
right. So like
And I always get pissed off because then I go to watch part 2 and it's not up yet.
Oh, that's true. That is annoying.
especially if it's like a juicy story and you're like,
Oh
what
my gosh.
happens.
And I'm invested. I'm
Right.
so invested in people's life stories
I'm
of
like so into like part 8, part 9, part 10, and then I keep having to press back for 10 minutes trying to get back to my original home screen.
Or when people like don't have a story that is that interesting, but they milk it for like 7, 8
and then
parts.
at the end nothing good
And
happens.
then you're like, I wasted 3 hours of my life going
You
down
lose
this
me.
rabbit
You feel
hole.
cheated.
If it's a 45-second clip of you like being like, and now to put, I'm like, goodbye. I don't even care. I don't even care anymore.
You've lost your chance.
Yeah, you've lost it. You ticked me off. I'm gone. I'm on singing Telegram TikTok now.
Yeah.
I am in your algorithm. Just FYI. Like, I mean, it is just like singing.
Do I really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
I'm in
gosh,
it.
I wondered
You
that.
serenade us every day.
Yeah.
On the
Well, because I've been looking, because I did
Yeah.
I did a little research.
We stalked you.
Did some research
That
on
is
you.
so weird for me
Low-key,
to say, but
low-key.
part of me is like, did you? Tell me more. And then another part of me is like, ooh.
I noticed you must have child. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. The answer is yes. I do.
One thing I made an astute observation of was,
It's like Howard Stern. Tell me about all your childhood trauma, Joy.
yeah, okay, hang on.
She just had a seizure.
Let me back up. When I was born,
That's when it started. Just saying the guy here.
ripped into this world very, very dramatically.
Unwilling.
I did everything I could to stay.
That's so weird that I show up on y'all's episode. So when people
yeah.
tell me that I show up on their FYP, I'm like,
I'm in the algorithm.
what stuff are you
It's
interested
got
in?
a chokehold on me, like every third video, just like another singing.
Madam Siri is a joke.
Yeah, somebody is like, Laura wants to see this.
Oh my God. So I just want, I know you're supposed to be asking me the questions, but like, how many times would you say you see me on your FYP? Just out of curiosity, because mine is so different than everyone else's.
I don't know if it's times. It's like every so many videos, I feel like.
Okay.
So like I really feel like every 4 to 5 videos right
Every
now.
4 to 5.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know
Okay.
if it's, the TikTok algorithm
Yeah.
is good. It's good. So
It's
like
insane.
you just go and see something a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, let me just
Over and
tell
over
one
again.
again. Go here.
Yeah.
So then it would like take me back one, I went in, I'm looking at all your profile, I'm looking at stuff and okay, then I get back on my For You page and then it pops up one, well, I stopped and watched it. And so then maybe 4 or 5 videos later, 6 videos, 7, another one, I stop and watch it. Then it gets down to 4 videos.
Oh,
then
you really
3.
like this.
So
We're
the
gonna keep
more I'm
showing
doing,
it to
yeah.
you.
I ask because the algorithm, and even like when I was doing marketing before this, I was doing TikTok for businesses. And so figuring out the algorithm was so tricky to me.
It is.
And because it is different for every person, and it seems like it shifts.
Yeah, you figure it out,
month or
and
so.
then it changes.
As soon as you figure it, it changes again. So it's like I can never determine how I show up on people's pages because I had somebody tell me that I haven't shown up on their page in a while. And that they have to come back to my profile to like see the videos. And then I have people tell me that I show up on theirs like all the time. So I'm like,
Well, maybe they're stalking you and they're just not telling you.
Yeah.
I gotta lock my doors.
Interesting. No, I mean, I feel like it's really,
Not that I'm not already, but they're extra hard.
don't try anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I'll be like going into my apartment in my heart costume, and I'll look around.
They followed me.
Somebody in the bushes.
Or I'll leave it in the car and be like, "Do you think anyone will steal it?"
Oh, that'd be
My
tragic.
boyfriend's like,
You're not there yet.
Aw.
I'm TikTok famous.
They're gonna see me like this belongs in the Smithsonian.
I don't think people really know you're here.
No,
They
I
don't.
don't think so
And
either.
I didn't know you were from Cape until I seen people that I knew. And then I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
She's from Cape Girardeau.
I know. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
I was mind blown.
You really are TikTok famous because I was like, you're the first TikTok famous person I've ever met. Ever. And when it happened, I was just like, whoa, like you are TikTok. Like it's a fame. It's a fame. It's a fame.
So
It's our new fame.
I didn't want to get on TikTok like at all 3 or 4 years ago, and people had to convince me to get on because I was like, this seems so stupid to me. This whole thing is so stupid. And they're like, no, Joy, trust me, like you'll love it. And so I got on, I did some videos, and they just didn't. The thing about TikTok is you have to have a niche. And like you can't just be doing a bunch of random stuff. And that's frustrating for a creator is because for a while, most creators will just throw something at the wall, kind of putting anything up and being like, what sticks? Like, what do people want to see? What do people want to see? And so for me, I was trying a bunch of different things. I did some like musical sketches and parodies and, got like decent views from it. But the telegrams,
Because it's so different.
yeah, it is different.
So cool.
And it really is. I think people do enjoy watching it. For me, it's like it's hard for me to grasp why people enjoy it because it's like it's just me kind of doing what I do. But I will say being in a niche is a little difficult because it's like if you ever because I'm a creative person and you guys are creative people too, you know, like, so, you know, like when you feel stuck in something and you're like, I don't want to stay in this forever. Like I want to kind of try other things. And so it's hard to evolve with the algorithm and with your fan base when you can feel like they're getting bored. And you're like, how can I shake things up a little bit without going outside of the brand?
Yeah.
That's really hard.
Yeah. But I think as a viewer, every client's reaction is different.
Yes.
So that's what we're all waiting for.
Yes.
Like, is this guy going to be like, is he going to look like a deer in headlights, or is he going to be dancing with you? Like, what's going to happen? So
some are tough crowds too, because I was like,
Yeah.
can you not smile? Somebody has gone way out of their way to do this for you, and they're just
the husband one, when you're like, this is from your wife, because he just looked like he was doing something wrong. Like
So
he was like, you know, he was just like, oh god, I'm in the twilight
most
zone.
husbands that I get, and it's so funny because I've had a few wives be like, now if he tries to run, you have my
run after.
I had to chase him, and one wife was like,
have you done that?
yes. I had a doctor, like a full grown man. I think it was like an eye care place or something, and I went and I hid in the supply closet with a bunch of boxes of Latisse. And I know, because I looked at him and
Now
I
that's
was like,
a caption, right?
yeah.
In the supply closet with
a bunch of
Latisse.
boxes of Latisse, and I was like,
I don't starve.
So I don't starve. Me drinking Latisse, so I don't starve. So yeah, no, and he comes in, and I open the door, and I'm just like, well, good afternoon, doctor. And then he just takes off down the hallway, and they start filming, and I just go waddling towards him. You know,
line
and then,
right there.
Yeah, and then he like goes into a closet, slides the door, and then I just go slide it open and just start singing Randy Travis or whatever. And he's just sitting there like, my wife does this all the time. Like emotionally exhausted. Yeah, and I'm like, sorry, gotta fill the order. And so
I gotta sing so I don't starve.
that's the fun part for me, is because like when you book, like you've already paid. I treat it like, you know, like this is a job. I gotta go in regardless of whether they enjoy it or not.
Right.
I've got to do my thing. I've got to fill the order. So I have to have the same amount of enthusiasm whether they hate it or love it. So like
That's what makes it so great.
No, that's
though.
what's the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fun too to practice healthy detachment from like audience and performance, because even, you know, like as a musician, like heck, sometimes when I go play, like I don't have a crowd or nobody's paying attention. That doesn't mean that that's going to change my performance in any way.
Right.
Well, because you're always going to have people that don't like you, don't like what you do. But then you're always going to have people that do. So you just have to have to do your thing.
I've got haters.
Talk about the haters.
Yes.
That was my biggest thing about this. They don't care. They're like totally like, they, you know, they feel bad about it. And I'm like, I understand. I also don't want to deal with it. No, I'm not anything to have haters. However, I don't want to.
She hides under a rock.
Cure. I am the hermit of all hermits. Don't
man, if I
leave.
could be,
I
I
don't
would.
like sunlight. You know, the whole thing.
She's getting a sunburn from these lights right now.
Yeah, this is too much already. Okay.
She's like, I'm melting.
But I don't want to create haters either.
Yeah. So like something I've realized is that you will always have people who just hate you for no reason.
Yeah.
How do you deal?
You just realize
I don't care if they hate me. It's like I just don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like if you think about it, like if you really sit down and analyze it, I'm like, how is me singing to a stranger on the internet harmful to you in any way?
It's not.
Right.
And I sit and think, and I'm like, how am I being disrespectful? How am I being hurtful, offensive? I'm not. If another person just living their life upsets you that much, like,
Yeah.
that is your problem. And I realized that because, like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in an environment where I was a huge people pleaser, and I was always trying to, you know, like worry about other people's feelings and make sure I, you know, walked on eggshells, didn't want to upset anyone.
Exhausting.
It's so exhausting because, like, I realized it does not take much to upset somebody.
No.
Like, if a person is looking for reasons to be upset, they're gonna find one.
They'll find it in anything.
Oh my gosh, in anything. And I also learned that working customer service for 10 years.
Yes.
It's like, yeah.
They will suck the life out of you.
It's not you, it's about the other person. And like if they're the people who hate me, it's the funniest thing. It's just like so unreasonable.
See, Laura, you laugh at it.
Yeah. No, I mean,
it's like I just can't stand her and that tambourine. And it's like, calm down, Bob. Like, this is not affecting your logging business in any way. Yeah, but like, it's mostly like men who get really upset and it's like, I just can't stand her singing. Like, how does she? And then I have people that are like, how does she even get into a school? I can't even get to my kids' like, class birthday party, and I have to assure parents like I have the clearance to be there. I have a protocol, but I think it is like. I know we brought up 2020 so many times, but like it really did change people's temperaments, I think, and like
there's no filter.
Oh no,
people just get upset about anything. So I have to keep that in mind that I can't diminish myself any more than I already have, like because I'm 33. And I think the closer you get to 40, or at least, legend has it, that the closer you get to 40, the less you care about like what people think.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because you don't have the energy. There's so much other stuff to worry about. You got like mortgage, kids.
Yeah. I am exhausted.
Oil changes.
Yeah. Rotate the time.
I think hater. I want to touch on this. This might get a little serious for everybody, but the haters is a good segue into this. On your TikTok, when I was doing my recon, there's a video you have, and you said, "I don't want to be seen."
Yeah.
And I like that to my core, like grab me.
That is so. I'm so glad you.
Once you went through it, it grabbed me for a different reason than you went. But man, that line right there, I don't want to be seen.
So there was a video that I had that I posted, and this was kind of like I went through a stage for a while where, I was really afraid to be seen because I think as women, it's also another risk to put ourselves out there to be like physically critiqued online. That can be really brutal because people are really mean. And I've had some, comments.
So perfect.
Yeah, they do. Well, it's filters.
You got all the filters, all the things.
I have an app called Pretty Up where you can morph your body. Like they have it to where you can snatch your waist and you can change the shape of your shoulders and all that stuff. And so like it's so hard
harmful
being a woman on the internet sometimes. Yeah. And so I just went through this phase where I was really scared to be seen because I didn't want to be critiqued for my weight. I didn't want to be critiqued for my personality. I wanted to hide. And I went through like therapy and I just kind of let go of a lot of that. I just don't have time for it anymore because life is so short. I lost a dear friend of mine last year. Yeah. And I think that changed a lot of it for me too, 'cause she was 33. She was very young. And
so sorry.
it was a heart attack, which was even, scarier.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was so scary. And so there's something like when you have and she wasn't the only friend. It's just been like, man, over the past year, I just feel like we've lost so many people, like from COVID and just like cancer, and it's awful. And I think the more you kind of realize how short life is, the less you care about things that don't really matter. And so I stopped caring as much about the criticism when I realized that it was holding me back from my dreams.
Yeah.
And I was like,
such good advice.
I don't want somebody to take that away from me. Like we get robbed of so much while we're here. I feel like death already takes so much from us, and stress and depression, and I just didn't want anything else to take my joy from me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be myself, and it's not my business what you think of me.
Yeah.
It's not. It's none of my business. Amazing. As long as I am being kind to you, as long as I am treating you with respect, I don't care what you think of me.
Yep.
That's fine because, if I keep my side of the street clean and I do unto others and my conscience is clear,
right?
You hate away. That's fine.
And not letting other people have that power over you.
Yeah.
Because that says so much more about them than it does about you.
Oh, for sure. And like, I think when your validation is externally based and when you rely on other people for your sense of worth, and like
you're gonna be let down.
You're always gonna be let down, and that can be like a hard place to be in because I think somebody like me, I always want to feel useful. I want to feel helpful, And I think another thing is women, like we want to feel like useful and helpful, and we're nurturing, and it's so hard because like think you can get caught nurturing the wrong situations and the wrong people to where it like drains everything out of you, and then you don't have anything left for yourself, you know?
Yes.
So yeah, like, I just, not being seen, like I think I was allowing people to take too much from me. And
boundaries, healthy boundaries.
Do you have any advice for people that, let's say they post on Facebook and or Instagram or TikTok, they only get a couple likes and then they're like, well, I suck. Like I'm horrible. I'm the worst.
That's good.
yeah, well,
Good.
I would say repetition is key. I mean,
Like, how do you not let that affect you? Like,
What do you
your
tell
self-esteem?
yourself?
you have to reframe your brain, because this is another thing I really had to do. I really struggled for a long time being that person that was instant results, instant gratification. And that's another easy thing to fall into, is like, you know, I want
That's our world now, though. DoorDash,
Right,
Instacart.
I want to go viral now.
Yeah.
But that's just not the way reality works. Like you have to be consistent regardless of how many views you're getting. I would say too, like, obviously it's helpful to look for relevant hashtags and the time of day that you're posting as well, and the style that you edit. I think higher quality videos tend to do better.
Right.
And also keeping them within like 30 seconds to a minute long is important, just because of people's attention span. So as long as you're doing all of those things and you've got your bases covered, keep posting. Just keep doing it, because it takes a while to build an audience, and you're not going to build a fan base in like a month or two. It's going to take you a couple years.
I heard one time that it's not about if you go viral, it's when. And
Right.
that under the premise that you keep doing
Right.
it.
And you never know what's going to go.
You
Like,
really
she
don't.
did go viral wrapping a cat, a baby
So
kitten.
I post all of these really cute videos of newborn babies. I'm a newborn photographer.
Cats.
And then, so my hair and makeup artist, I was doing her headshots, and she had just gotten a brand new little kitten. And I was like, oh, we're going to need to take pictures of her while you have her here. And so I wrapped her up, put her in a little basket.
Like a baby.
Like a newborn baby. Like I would a newborn baby. And that immediately went viral. I'm like, all of my cute babies, and I go viral.
That reminds me. Do you follow Jen Hamilton on
Yes.
TikTok? We're friends on
Yes.
TikTok. But her like Will It Swaddle.
Yes.
The chickens. That's so good. Those videos do so well. I have so many like babies animal videos on my TikTok. How many views did you get for that?
Almost 1 million.
Oh my god!
But I got so many hate comments on it.
What?
There was one person on there that said, I should wrap you up like that and roll you down a hill.
When Jeffrey Dahmer is on the TikTok.
He's like,
That's what I'm talking about. Where people are just unhinged.
Madness. That is unhinged.
Like, would you say that to somebody to their face? Like,
Not a sane person wouldn't.
No.
Is my point.
That's
like
when we knew how ridiculous it was.
Yeah, because like
'Cause
there's
we're like,
no way
trigger,
you could look at a picture of a baby and a kitten and think I should roll you down a hill.
Yeah.
Like that, you're a serial killer. That's what I'm talking about. Like these people are crazy,
madness.
unhinged. So you just
No, sir. No, sir. No, thank
put you in a straitjacket. Yeah, it's insane. People are just I'm sorry you got those comments. So I will say, like TikTok, they didn't compensate their creators that well at first, but I mean, with Facebook and Instagram,
money? No,
oh, yeah.
she's got TikTok money.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well,
does it sparkle?
it does. It's twinkles. With TikTok, they're very strict about like how you make your money. Like you have to have over. Like I'm part of the beta program that they have, and you have to have like over 100,000 followers. The video has to be original content, over a minute long, and you have to have at least 5 watchable seconds. And it's like not every video qualifies as that, but the videos that have, you get paid decent. And you get paid decent from Facebook too if you put ads on Reels and stuff. So that's another nice source of income. But between telegrams and then filming them and putting them online, it's just you know, like the more you can make use out of like one piece of content. Like I mean, I'm just amazed at like how far one piece can go. Like one video, like you can put one video, the same video, on multiple platforms, and then get paid for the same one on all those different platforms. And but back to what you're saying about like, you know, the 3-year thing, I think that in it's hard to gauge because everything is changing so quickly. Like just a few months ago, they were talking about banning TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, and now we haven't heard anything.
It's like nobody talks about that
Nobody talks about it anymore. And it kind of makes you wonder, like, you know, what was that really about? But like, it's so hard to gauge because online changes so much. But I will say the 3-year mark, there's magic in threes.
Yeah.
And so that's a good place anyway to kind of evaluate where you're at and whether or not you're retaining consistent viewership. Like I try to ask for, you know, input like when I feel it's necessary.
Yeah.
When I feel like I need to make a change or I feel like something needs to be spruced up a little bit. But for the most part, like I try to stay, you know, true to my gut and what I feel like, okay, I think this is working. I think this is still working. Because if you change something too soon, you can screw up everything for yourself. So it's like that is definitely a difficult balance to strike, is like knowing when to change stuff and like when to accept input. Like, do I need more costumes? Do I need, you know, like, do you want to see more? But, you know, it's also, you have to like protect yourself and be like, I'm not like a circus bear with a hat, you know. I'm not gonna like change everything about me to make everyone happy. So yeah, that's a difficult place to be in, is like any business.
I think just keep doing what you're doing, like being you with the one costume, and
I think so too.
That's what you're known for.
Yeah,
that's what you know.
It's the color red too that sticks out. Like, and
little psychology.
So color psychology has a lot to do with.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I love color psychology. It's so
that really
fascinating.
gets my
like
goat.
Cinematography and stuff like. Yeah, I love it. But yeah, no, color, like little things like that have a lot to do with it too. Even just the color red, because that's like red and black are the two main colors for TikTok, and so seeing a red
makes
costume,
you hungry too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, red
I
makes
thought it meant
hungry.
you spend more money.
Red and yellow. That's why McDonald's arches are the color they are.
Wow.
I know some psychology. Just call me Dr. Laura.
Dirty giants.
Laura.
Coming
in
in
the brain.
the research.
Dr.
Years of learning.
Madam Siri, Dr.
Madam
Laura.
Siri, Dr. Laura.
Firing on all cylinders.
Dr. Laura, medicine woman.
Medicine woman.
Yes. I love Dr. Quinn. It's a great show. But like the color red, even like having my costume, I've realized like people recognize me really quickly. They see the color red and they're like, it's Joy.
Did you buy your costume like with the intention of doing this? No.
Yeah, where did the costume come from?
Yeah. I mean,
Y'all, your guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
No, actually, so I did start. It was kind of planned, but also kind of random. But I did these for Valentine's Day originally, like every year.
oh, the heart.
Yeah, the heart. So, and I was gonna be like, I was Cupid the first year.
Yeah.
And then the second year, I was like, I'm gonna be a heart. And then I Googled the heart costume, and I saw
It's an anatomical.
I love it.
That's also the brilliance behind it.
nerdy looking white guy wearing this anatomically correct heart outfit, and I'm like,
She's like, that's it.
what in the seventh grade science class is this?
It's so good.
It sounds, it's like something you'd come into at middle school and your teacher's wearing. Is like, today we're going to learn about the cardiovascular system. And it cracked me up so much. I was like, I'm doing it in this. I don't care how many people I throw off. And so, I ordered it, and it was only like $40. And that poor costume has seen some.
You better get a backup just in case.
Fun thing to do is when making videos, like you can reply to people's questions with the video.
Yes.
So and then that's another really great way to put yourself in the algorithm, is like if you interact with your fans, like that'll throw you into the
I think my mom is my only fan.
I talked to my mom.
My mom comments on everything.
That is
God
so
love her.
sweet, though.
Aw.
It's like, bless your mom.
My mom can't even check her
Precious.
voicemail.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, neither can mine. Are you alive, Mom? So answering fan questions is another great way to get engagement. But I just thought about what you said, and a fan being like, "Do you have any other costumes?" Just me opening my closet and being like, "What a great question!"
You should.
I just have
Totally
8 more heart costumes.
Liver, kidneys.
Liver. I think there is so much value in being a part of and pouring into your local community, because I think that as people, I mean, there is a thing I read the other day that was like, we're not capable of really remembering and grabbing details from more than 150 people at a time. Like our brain is not like past 150. We're kind of done. And so like I lived in California for 4 years, and I was with a little label for a bit, and I had some weird run-ins with like Scientology and stuff.
Oh Lord.
So I would never.
Should we do another podcast about that?
Girl, they'll come after me. They'll come after me.
Yeah, then, let's not do that.
But like,
Then I gotta feel responsible.
I'm scared.
Laura's like, I don't want to be
I
seen.
can't handle the guilt.
Laura's like, now I'm really going. I'm under my rock.
I'm also wrecked by guilt. So, my main
You need
driver
both,
in life.
sister.
Yeah, my main driver.
But I'll never live in a big city again. I don't think, like, unless I absolutely have to. I think there is something like so, because people talk about like fame and being popular and stuff. And I think the best people I know who are, in that scene and who are famous are still very down to earth, still very involved.
Yeah.
In like their local community and people's lives. And I love that about Cape. Like I love living here, and I kind of like that people don't know I live here. Like, I do, because it's.
Really
I mean, I like the privacy. I like being able to go for a drive, and there's not like
Paparazzi in the bushes.
in the bush.
Just me. I'll just pop out.
It's just Laura in the bush outside my apartment,
Let's shutter.
and I hear it like those old '90s cameras.
Laura, is that you? No. No.
Laura, you answered me.
No.
It's Doc
I
Nara.
recognize your voice.
Laura.
It's not Laura.
Do you want to surprise her with your question?
Yeah.
Surprise me.
So I know we all have days where we do not feel motivated to do our jobs. So how do you overcome that, and how do you dig deep and find motivation when you're not feeling it?
I just look at my Google Calendar and I look at all the appointments I have that day. And I'm like, these people have already paid. I can't let them down because they've already paid.
Well, that's the people pleasing.
Well, yeah, it's the people pleasing plus the, it's one of those things where,
It's inside you.
it is. I think it'll always be kind of a part of who I am, just because I really do care about people. Like, that is. But I think there's this part of me that knows how to because I'm a really big like feelings person. I do kind of. Well, I used to wear my feelings on my sleeve, but I lead with my feelings. And so I've had to learn over the past few years, like it's a survival thing. I just kind of shut down the part of me that's like, I don't want to do this. And I kind of mother myself into, how like, well, you guys
Like
have kids.
autopilot.
Right.
Autopilot.
Sometimes I will trick,
You'll trick yourself.
myself. Like we were just talking about washing hair. If I don't want to wash my hair, I will say, I'll just get in the shower and I'll put my hair up and I'll just wash my body. And then I get in the shower and then I'm like, this feels really nice. I think I'll wash my hair. But it's like I got myself in the shower first, like, and I kind of tricked myself
Like your
to be
reverse psychology.
right
Yourself.
So on mornings when I don't feel, like I want to be here, I just want to go back. I'm like, I'll get out of bed. I'll get out of bed. I'll go to the fridge and I'll drink some water. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I did that. Now I'll go and I'll wash my face. Okay. And I'll just kind of talk myself through.
And then you feel good because you checked things off.
Yes. And
I
I'll
like
kind
to
of
check stuff off,
nurture myself at each point where it's just like, good job, Joy.
Aw, there's
washed your face.
there's a TikTok girl that does that with cleaning. Like if you struggle to get up and clean your house, like, well, I'm just gonna clean for 5 minutes.
And then 5 turns into 65 minutes, and then before you know it, you have an entire closet cleaned out, and you're like, dang. So yeah,
I've never done that. What's that like?
You got kids to do. So, like, you got your hands full.
Yeah.
But on days when I just don't feel like it, I take it one baby step at a time, just one little bitty bit at a time.
I love that.
And when you kind of nurture yourself and you're like, that's it, good job, keep going, like you're a little kid, it does
Cannot
become
relate.
easier to.
Cannot relate. Cannot.
What do you do, Laura?
What do you tell
Laura,
yourself? What's your inner dialogue?
Tell me.
So you know the movie In and Out, right? Or no,
Inside Out.
Inside Out. Yeah.
That's a burger joint.
When that movie. So my sister always jokes that I have all the people right in the head, but Joy is getting the knocked out of her, like just baseball bat all day long. My joy, the joy in my head is just, she is broken.
Okay.
And so that's how I get anything done. It's just,
knock joy over
the
head.
negativity just gets me real going.
She's like, I'm fueled by cynicism and spite.
Yes. Spite, honestly.
That can actually be a great motivator. I can't tell you how many amazing things I've done out of pure spite.
Yeah. No, mostly that's how I run my life.
Like how many artistic endeavors
but
of
spite
mine.
to the universe, not to any person in general. Yeah.
Just like a
It's not like
few
I
in
hate this person. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I don't have anything to prove to anybody, more just
Do
like.
you just say, I'm going to show you?
Yeah. It's kind of like I'll show
Like
you.
to a you, just like in a
The sun.
you.
It's so natural to me now. I don't even know if I give it a name. It's just like, guess what? Today is the day. I will say something about having it on your calendar is a big one. So like if I do have an appointment, I will never miss it.
That's
never.
It's
Same.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I kind of meant too by the Google Calendar thing. Like if it's there, I think it's
I'm there.
retentive.
It's not there. I'm
It's a
dying.
non-negotiable at that
It's
point.
not negotiable. It's set in stone. Like it's there, and it's for me. I will think about it forever if I cancel an appointment, and if it's my fault.
yeah,
If
I can't
I
do
would
that.
rather somebody cancel over something on their end than me cancel for something, because I do not want to have a reputation as someone unreliable,
Absolutely.
flaky. There's
Yeah.
enough of that. I don't want that.
Absolutely.
You can't build.
No,
by
you
being
can't
like
build
that.
you can't like, and it takes a while to like establish a reputation of integrity as a business, you know?
Absolutely.
And there's, man, I don't know if you guys have ever watched like the downfall of a business on Facebook.
No, but I'm going to now. I'm running.
Up like a Christmas tree.
The gym.
where it's like, you find somebody who has a history of canceling appointments, and then people are starting to talk about it, and then they're putting them on blast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just sitting there
All
like,
the receipts are thrown out.
bring
Oh,
out the
man.
receipts. So it's just, making
yeah.
sure.
I'm not gonna lie
it's a-
though. I sometimes when I have clients reschedule, if any of my clients are listening, I'm sorry, but if they reschedule, I'm like,
I'm always happy.
No,
I'm always happy.
I know, I'm like,
there's a comedian that said canceled plans is like it is. And it's true. I can't tell you, like somebody the other day was it was actually somebody who like something happened and the telegram had to be canceled, and I was just literally laying on the couch and I was like, okay,
Praise
she didn't
Jesus.
text me by 3:28. I'm gonna have to be like,
how much longer do we give them?
how much longer? And then when it happened, I was just like, thank God.
Right.
And I napped for 3 hours.
So showing up is
Showing
the
up. Mm-hmm.
thing. Like I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's a psychology behind
Yeah.
that, but I have a high duty for that as well.
Well, I think too, like
Show
being led by your emotions is, I mean, that's no way to live, just because they're so like, especially, I mean, we talked about PCOS and already having hormone issues and stuff. And it's like, some days you never know, like what your body's going to do, what your brain's going to be like. And so
You
I
never
think-
know what joy you're gonna get. Never know. Yeah. What personality is gonna show up today?
Yeah.
So can that be a new one of your can you like singing telegram but not happy and like they pay extra for
There
it?
have been days.
Anger telegrams.
Oh.
That's hilarious. Like, and people haven't known
like a
that they've been
spin-off.
angry. Yeah, angry telegram.
Can
I've thought about it.
Can I come and just scream at people
Yes.
and be mad
Yes.
and be like,
Please
you're,
be my
you're
counterpart.
messing up.
Please.
Get it together, John.
Joy. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Here I come.
One more
Your
time.
anger translator.
You could
I'm the anger translator.
later. I need you in my. There have been days when because I have these like red heart sunglasses that I wear. And no, like on days when I'm not feeling it, I'll wear those glasses.
You should have a black heart.
I should.
A black heart for the anger day.
Yes. I'm like, nah, nobody joyous in here today.
I love the glasses because you're right. We put those on
When,
and you
when
just
nobody can
locked.
see, like if I'm having a bad day or whatever, like it's nobody can see. But I have been asked if I would deliver like a subpoena before.
Oh, like divorce papers?
Yes, I've been asked if I deliver divorce papers or subpoena, and I'm like, wow, that sounds hilarious to me.
You don't want to get.
I don't want to get because
I don't
then,
wanna say that
you
word,
start getting in tricky territory where people start getting really upset, and then you
Oh
you know,
yeah.
No, that's like your
You might
safety
get assaulted
at that point.
you might get assaulted or arrested, or something. Who knows? So I try, even though like the comedian in me wants so badly to like do that.
Oh yeah.
The businesswoman in me knows better. Like I know what would happen if I did.
Before we even started this, I was like, "Are you worried about like what your like how you'll turn people off, or you'll and I'm going to lose part of the market share because people are just being like that one. I don't.
That one was like the minute you go too far, people will be like,
and it's hard to know when the line.
Yeah, and it's hard to know. I think I do a pretty good job of like at least keeping it pretty clean and keeping it pretty family friendly, for the most part. Like it pays more to be a clean entertainer. It does. Like you get more work.
Well, yeah. That's awesome. Because it's going to take a certain type of client to want.
Precisely.
Something.
And so you can get like bigger gigs and like, the public. It just works out better. Because I've tried, like I did stand up for like 4 or 5 years.
Did you?
I did.
I didn't even know that.
I did stand up comedy in LA actually.
Nice.
And so I perform at like the Comedy Store and stuff like that. But I did like the whole crass thing in my 20s, and it just wasn't really me. It didn't really feel like because I'm more goofy, I'm a goofy goober.
Yeah.
And so
and that's what your 20s are for.
yeah, your 20s are for figuring out your voice and figuring out kind of like who you are. And like, my parents weren't very happy about my stand-up, which is because now my little sister is really doing it. She's going to move to New York for it. And she's good. She's so funny. She's a really good writer. And so, I think I influenced her.
She's like, I'll do it.
In a bad way.
Yeah, but no, it's hard, but it's fun kind of figuring out like what your limits are and kind of like how far you're willing to go for the funny, for the entertainment factor. But yeah, like as far as getting in and kind of doing it when you don't feel like it. I think it's important to push yourself in healthy ways. Like I push myself, but I baby myself at the same time.
Right.
Like because there are days when I feel like a toddler on the inside and I'm kicking and screaming and I don't want to do it. I don't want to.
I think we all have those.
Because then on the other side of the coin, then you have to worry about burnout if you don't take it at that approach.
I make a little compromise with myself. I'm like, okay, if you do this and tonight, you get like an hour or 2 hours to yourself, or like we're gonna. It is
like
hard.
the toddler talk.
Yeah, the toddler talk. Like you make a deal with yourself. You're like, if you're good today, we'll get you ice cream.
So you have do you have balance?
Do it, yeah. Weirdly enough, like and it's hard to say that
What's
because
that
like I didn't have it for. Gosh, I'm just now figuring out because like when you get thrust into that level of like insane viewership and people like telling you you're TikTok famous and everything, it's like when you're that busy and when people like are asking from you all the time, like you have to create balance, you have to create boundaries. I didn't have a choice.
Crazy
I didn't have a choice, and I would I've been wanting this like since I was a little girl. Like I've always wanted to be in entertainment.
Right.
I want to do movies. I want to like do I love it. Like I love it. So it's like if I want this lifestyle, I have to be prepared for it and I have to be disciplined enough to handle it. And so you just got to be like real with yourself, and you have to, the days you're not going to feel like filming or you're not going to feel like entertaining, and you just have to do it anyway. It's the love of the craft,
So if somebody wanted to book your services, how would they go about doing that?
So you can email me. That's how I book most of it. I'm working on building a website to make it easier for people. But until that goes live, joyburgermusic@gmail.com is my booking email. I book if you're within 150 miles of Cape Girardeau. I will drive to you. I've also offered if people want to fly me out. I've had a couple offers to be flown out. But yeah,
room and board.
Yeah, if you pay for like airfare and hotel, like I'll fly anywhere.
Yeah.
Just prove that you're not a serial killer first. That would be nice. So
that would be
as of now, I have 732,000 followers, I think.
Yeah.
So after tomorrow,
Are you verified?
not yet.
No.
I tried to get verified, but it's a really weird process. Like
Really?
because I have a lot of news articles, but it's almost like
Who do I have to threaten?
TikTok itself.
I'm coming.
You versus TikTok.
I'm gonna write
They
a
don't stand
very
a chance.
angry letter. Very angry.
I will say after this appearance, there's a chance, like just because I have a TV cred now, I have an IMDb cred, or I will have one tomorrow. That's so weird.
Amazing.
That's so weird because in January, I didn't think of this. Like, I didn't think that this would be a thing at all.
And now it is.
And it's like, you just have to roll with the punches, you know? It's like, you just have to, like, I never thought this would be a thing. But, yeah, so my TikTok handle. Oh, yeah. It's the Joy Brooker Show. And I kind of kept it, you know, open-ended in case I wanted to do other shenanigans. I think I might call my business Shenanagrams. I thought about that. That way that kind of gives me...
Pun.
Yeah, me too.
Love
so
a
much.
good pun.
It gives me more... and it's funny because I actually had somebody, one of my followers say that. And I was like, can I use that? And they're like, sure.
Yeah.
You know? So I thought it was so cute.
So what is next?
What is next? To be honest, I'm waiting to see what happens tomorrow night.
Okay.
And that'll determine a lot of what's next.
Okay. Like, are you I'll strike while it's hot?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Nice. So, you know, from basically like, depending on how people respond to my appearance tomorrow, that'll give me an idea of what I need to do next.
We're so excited for you. I can't wait.
Nervous. But yeah, so all of that, I think there's just a lot hinging on tomorrow. There's a lot hinging on tomorrow.
Cliffhanger.
I know.
We're all sitting on the
ultimate cliffhanger.
I just felt
there's not many moments in life.
No.
I don't think I've ever had a moment that I'm like
a cliffhanger moment.
Or, no, just what after tomorrow this could all be.
Yeah.
I've never had a moment like that in my life.
It is bizarre because I feel like I'm just kind of like floating.
How are you even here? I don't even think I could be here right now.
I don't know.
She looked at her calendar.
Yeah, okay.
She's gonna be here.
You did that.
She's exactly right. I looked
like
at it
it's
said
on Google.
podcast appearance and I was like, all right,
to go.
Let's go.
Get up, getting out of bed, washing my face.
Let's do my makeup. Let's go.
Because I would be paralyzed.
Oh, I am.
Okay.
Inside,
she's gonna reward herself after this.
Yeah.
I am. I'm gonna nap. Probably
Until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow night. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna, what is it, like Rip Van Winkle?
Yeah. Calling my name.
Chug, chug, chug. Good night, world. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I would just be like,
paralyzed. That's what I'm tempted to do, and that's how I felt honestly, like for the past week. But it's like when I've had many, because I have 4 shows this week. And then I had, like this podcast appearance today. And then I've got like telegrams and stuff. It's like when you're that busy, you just
go.
It's autopilot.
Go.
It really goes.
You got to. You have to.
Keep yourself
because if you don't, all of it could fall. Like when you're like at this stage, I mean, the iron is still hot.
Yeah.
So if I stumble, if I fall right now, like I could lose everything.
Girl, no, you talking my language. Like, that's all I think about.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like, tell me more about losing it all.
Yes, I want to hear more.
To me.
Tell me your
yeah, that really gets me going, So, but I feel it's such a smaller scale. But it is every little. If I'm not pushing, if I'm not moving, I will lose everything. It's a trauma response. I'm pretty sure.
It is. Oh shoot, maybe it is.
I think we have some capital T in our background.
I mean, I know I do. I was raised really, really conservatively.
Oh, yeah.
Conservative.
Yeah.
So, but work ethic was like, and instilled in me young. But I think really it is just like gut and intuition, because like if I feel like I'm hitting a wall with something and it's not working, like I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But for this, I feel like it's working. Like this is the first time in my life where I've really felt like, okay,
movement.
I could do this for a while. Yeah, like fluidity, movement. Like I don't have to fight so hard for things to happen. Like things are happening for me. Like,
That's
this talk of like
too.
the God and the universe and everything. And it's like, right now I'm in such a period of abundance in my life because I have been working so hard for so long, and I have kept my head down, and I have there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that has gone into it, and a lot of like work over the years and training and just, and so it's like I am reaping the rewards of all of that hard work.
Yeah.
I love it.
Amazing. All right, guys. That's it.
Thank you so much for having
All right. Yeah.
Bye.
me. All right, bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode from Show Me the Mommy podcast. Go ahead and follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Show Me the Mommy podcast. You can keep up to date with every episode we release and new guests that are coming our way. See you guys soon.